want you guys to think about love. What does love mean to you? Love is one of the world's most powerful words, guys. It's one of the words that we hear all the time. We hear it on the radio. We watch it in movies. We hear it coming along. As I was coming this way, one of my friends texted me and he said, "I love LeBron James." You hear it in casual conversation all the time. But one of the places we rarely ever hear it is the workplace. And so my question today is why? Why don't we hear the word love at the workplace? Anna Robiton, who wrote an article for CBS, she actually said that of America's approximately 100 million workers, 51% of them are not engaged at work, meaning that they feel no real connection to what they're doing at the workplace. And if you feel no real connection to what you're doing at the workplace, how can you love it? I'm in a relationship. We're not really engaged. We're not connected. We don't really get along. You don't see the spirit. You don't see the sparks that come around, but we love each other. Does that make any sense? No, there's no way love can be apparent. There's no way love can be present if there's no spark. There's no way love can be apparent if there's no connection. And if there's no connection, there's no way it can be love. One of the most powerful things, guys, that we do is go to work. We work, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we work approximately 8.81 hours. We sleep around 8 hours, and the other 7.19 hours is spent in leisure, watching basketball, swimming, whatever you guys do, outside of work, outside of sleeping. That's where we spend 7.1 hours. But the majority of the time, guys, we're spending it at work. 8.81 hours a day at work. So why would you want to be somewhere that you're not happy, you're not thrilled, you're not engaged, you're not excited to get up in the morning to go to? You're spending the majority of your day at work. Why would you not be happy about that? And so I said to myself at a young age, I will never work somewhere where I'm not happy, I'm not engaged, I'm not thrilled to be. And one of the biggest inspirations that I got was from my 11th grade teacher. His name was Mr. Bob Canlin. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Me and Mr. Bob Canlin, we didn't get along when we initially met. I actually didn't like the guy, and to be honest, I don't think he liked me either. 11th grade, I'm the captain of the basketball team. I'm really, really cool. Guys, you guys think I'm cool now? 11th grade, I was the coolest guy. I'm captain of the basketball team. We have a good team. I'm averaging 24 points a game, and nobody can tell me anything. Nobody. And so I walked into Bob Canlin's class. It's U.S. history. I'm not a big history fan. I'm not really the best at history. And so I sat down. I put my headphones in. I had my do-rag on. My shirt was down to my knees. My pants were right behind my buttocks. And I walked in there like just a smooth criminal I was back then. No one could tell me anything. I sat down, and he said, "Hey, could you pay attention, young man?" And I looked at him, and for about a minute, I looked at him, and I'm like, no. I put my headphones back in, and I just put my head down, and I laid down. After the class was over, I didn't listen to anything he said, actually. Nothing. I heard nothing. I was just in my own little world. I'm like, you know what, I got a game tomorrow. I got to focus on that. I'm not really worried about U.S. history. After the class was over, he's like, "Hey, Mr. Munya, could you come to talk to me after class?" And I'm telling you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get suspended. I can't get suspended. If I get suspended, I won't be able to go to the game, and we'll probably lose, and everybody will be upset at me. And so he told me. After it was over, I stayed after, and he told me, he said, "Hey, Mr. Munya, there's something special about you. There's an impact that you're gonna make. You're an intelligent young man, and I wanna offer something to you. Come to my chess club today after school. It's not gonna be any longer than 45 minutes. Just come for a little bit. I know you have a lot of potential inside you." And so I thought about it. The whole day I thought about it. So mind you, we're gonna go back to the fact I'm the coolest guy at school. That's me. I'm literally the coolest guy at school. My reputation is on the line. If I go to a chess club meeting, all my friends are gonna see me. All the girls are gonna see me. No, I can't go. I can't go. I'm telling myself in my head the whole day I can't go. And my reputation's on the line at this point, guys. I can't just go to a chess club meeting because everybody will see me and my reputation will be ruined. So I went home, I wasn't going. There's no way I'm going to a chess club meeting. The next day, my friend Nathan came up to me. And he said, hey, man, there's this new thing that's going on. Bob Canlin, Mr. Canlin, he's hosting a chess club. And I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. And I told him, hey, Nathan, just so you know, because we're friends, we're really close, me and Mr. Canlin don't get along. I don't like that guy, and he doesn't like me. He's like, why? And I was like, you know what? He just takes his job a little too seriously. Every other teacher is cool with me coming in there and just laying down. Why does he have to pick on me? And he said, man, that man is literally going to change your life if you come. Please go with me just this one day. You don't have to go after this. Just go this one time. And so, being that this was one of my closest friends, I told him, you know what, I'll go with you. I'll definitely go. That's no problem. But you got to buy me lunch tomorrow if I go with you. And so he agreed, and I went. And I sat, and as I was walking into the room, Mr. Bob Canlin looked at me. He smirked. And this irritated me. He said, Mr. Munya, I knew something was going to bring you here. Maybe not today, but I knew you were going to come here eventually. And that irritated me. I was just like, oh, how did he know that? Did him and Nathan conjure up me coming here today? And so we sat down, and I'm thinking we're just going to learn about moving chess pieces around. And I was prepared for that. I was like, you know what, I'll move a couple chess pieces, and I'll get free lunch tomorrow. I'm excited. And the first thing he made us do was meditate. We meditated for about 2 to 3 minutes. And mind you guys, I'm so cool. There's no way we're meditating. Why are we meditating? There's no reason for us to be meditating. We're supposed to be learning how to do chess. And he said, and one of the students asked, hey, Mr. Canlin, why are we meditating? This is a chess club. Why are we meditating? He said, and mind you, he's a U.S. history teacher. He said, before you go into any battle, before you go into any war, you want to clear your mind of any anxiety that you have. And so we're meditating so I can give you guys a moment to think about the battle you guys are about to go into. And that's the way he waved, he shaped this game of chess as if it was a battle. And my interest levels just jumped. And there was different things that he would talk about. Different scenarios. He kind of took that and he put that into life. And I'm telling you guys, he was so engaged. He was so thrilled. He loved being at his job. It wasn't just about teaching U.S. history. He was ecstatic from 8 a.m. all the way up until 4 when we left. He was like this every single day. And so I kept going, I kept going. And one of the things he taught us in chess, he said, no matter what it looks like on the chessboard, no matter what it looks like, you must continue playing as if you already know you're going to win. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that stuck around with me for a long, long time. I didn't know what he meant at that time. And so one of the days, we were just playing chess. I went up to his desk, and I said, hey, Mr. Canlin, why do you do this? Why do you care about us so much? Why do you take your job so seriously? Why are you so happy all the time? And I think that's one of the things I didn't like about him. He was so happy. And I'm at school, and I'm not trying to be happy. I want to be miserable and leave and be happy after school. I don't want to be happy while I'm at school. And he said, Munya, when you love something as much as I do, you must be fully committed to it. And I said, but teachers don't make a lot. You could be doing something else. Teachers do not make enough to feel so happy when you're here. And he told me, no matter what the pay is, when you love something, you must commit to it, no matter what the pay. And Munya, I love what I do. And I left that day. I was like, man, that guy's a fool. It's about 7, 8 years ago. I'm like, he's an idiot. I would have left. I would have gone somewhere else and started making a lot of money. And that's all I could think about, a lot of money. Those 8.81 hours that we spend at work, guys, that 8.81 hours can never be bought again. The monetary incentives are cool. They're great, but you can never buy that time back. So why spend that time doing something that you hate? And that's one of the things he shared with me that day. I didn't understand it then. Mind you, I was 15, 16, star basketball player. All the girls loved me. Mr. Cool Guy, Johnny Bravo, that was me. And what he was talking about didn't really make sense to me until we fast forward to about seven years later. This is 2015. I'm working as a janitor. I don't love my job. As a matter of fact, I hate my job. Cleaning toilets, cleaning sinks, that wasn't something I had on my bucket list, to be honest with you guys. I didn't want to be doing that. Now, mind you, this might have been a great job for somebody else, but me personally, it wasn't where my heart was at. I didn't love it. I woke up miserable. I'm like, man, I got to go to work today. All the girls are going to see me. Somebody else is going to see me. And while I'm working there, you could tell people looked at me lower. The way they looked at me, some would smile. A lot of people wouldn't say, hey. They looked at me as if I had no direction in life. I was going to be a janitor for the rest of my life. That's how I felt when I went to work. And working there kind of made me feel inferior. It didn't make me feel good. I didn't want to be there. And I remember one day I was like, you know what? I think I want to be a speaker. I think I want to be a speaker. I think I want to speak to kids. It was something I was good at. At the age of 10, ladies and gentlemen, I was hit by a car. I was walking to my friend's house. And I was walking across a really, really big street, and the GameCube had just came out. I don't know if you guys know what the GameCube is. It had just released, and he got it. My mom didn't really favor video games, but I was like, you know what, I'm going. I didn't get any permission to go. No one told me I could go, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cross this busy street, and we're gonna go. And so I'm excited. I'm walking across the street, and next thing you know, I woke up in a hospital. 3 months had gone by. I was in this hospital. I lost all my memory. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to read. I wasn't able to talk. And when I was at school, my friends were learning about algebra. I'm still learning my ABCs. They're learning how to compute equations. They're learning how to handle persuasive essays. I'm still learning how to write my name. There's certain things about me I didn't even remember. I couldn't remember my sister's names. I felt inferior. They would laugh at me because I was taking remedial classes. They didn't know what had happened. They didn't know I'd been hit by a car. They didn't know that all these things had happened to me to make me behind. And I felt inferior. I felt like I wasn't enough. So let's put this kid that got hit by a car. He's not as smart as the other kids. He's not on the same level that they're on. I can't remember my name. And now I'm a janitor. I'm working. And I thought to myself, man, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. And I finally grounded up the courage to go and tell one of my coworkers, Diane. I told her, hey, you know what? I think I want to be a speaker, and I'm going to travel the world, and I'm going to talk to kids about being an entrepreneur and learning different strategies into creating businesses. And while I'm telling her, I'm excited. This is the first time I've ever told anybody I wanted to be a speaker. My supervisor's listening, and she starts laughing profusely, almost to the point of annoyance. And I said, hey, what's so funny? And she's like, you will never, ever be able to do that. You'll never be able to do that. As a matter of fact, you're going to be a janitor for the rest of your life. And guys, I don't cry a lot. I don't cry a lot. I try not to cry a lot. I went home that day. I was so hurt. I cried my eyes out because I finally opened up to somebody about something. And somebody told me I wasn't good enough. Someone told me that I would never make it to that level. Because working as a janitor, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. And so I'm sitting there in my bed. I'm looking up at the ceiling, and tears are just dropping down. I thought about Bob Cantlin. And if you guys remember, he said, no matter what the chessboard looks like, you must continue playing as if you have already won. I got up that day. After all the crying, I said, you know what, I can do that. I'm going to continue playing as if I've already won. I'm going to go out and I'm going to talk. I'm going to speak. People are going to listen to me some way, somehow. And Bob Candler might not, even to this day, he might not know the effect, the impact that he had on me. Because I wasn't going to be miserable. I didn't want to work as a janitor for the rest of my life. That wasn't my life goal. That wasn't my plan. That wasn't what I had written in the stars for me. And so now I'm 24. I'm blessed to be able to go to different states. I'm blessed to be able to go to different schools and speak to kids about capturing their goals. Regardless of what happened to you. It doesn't matter what happened to you. I couldn't remember anything. I couldn't remember my name, guys. I went from that to speaking to hundreds of kids. I volunteer with our house. I talk to kids about, you know, it doesn't matter if your parents are here. It doesn't matter if you're here. You can make it out of this situation. This is what I started out doing. I'm still the coolest guy in the world. I'm still the coolest guy in the world. But now I'm taking that coolness, I'm taking the things that happened in my life, and I'm making a difference in the world. And guess what, guys? I love what I do. I love what I do. I remember the words Bob Candler said, love what you do. He told me once, it isn't the things that make you the happiest, isn't the things that you love that will make you the happiest. And guys, I love going to schools. I love speaking to kids. Kids pitch me their different business ideas every single day in my emails. I love responding and telling them, that's awesome. That's great. And before that time, I didn't think I would ever be able to do that. And so, guys, I'm not telling you guys go quit your jobs and find out what you love. No, don't do that. I'm probably the last person to tell you guys to do that. But I'm saying, in this time, find out what you love. Find out what makes you happy. Find out the thing that brings your heart the most joy. And run after it. Run after it. Don't let anything bring you down. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do anything. Let those 8.81 hours be meaningful. Let them have an impact. No matter what anybody tells you. And so today, I'm asking you guys to go to your workplace and let love have a powerful impact there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.